I fucking love sequels. Empire Strikes Back, Garden Warfare 2, Uncharted 2, all great sequels. That's why I've decided I want to get my own sequel. Introducing Brit 2. Pick this guy up at the orphanage for about $10. I have to say, I really like him. He doesn't say much, he's a baby for crying out loud, but he is a good sequel, and that's what I love. My love for sequels has also inspired me to create a sequel to my previous video on Extreme Demons. I know, shocking, right? But it's been long enough. The fans are hungry for more, and who better to satisfy that hunger than me?
Last time we covered my thoughts on the top 50, so where better to go than the middle 50? Anyways, let's begin.
Breaking news! Cold Sweat placed at 7 because the demon list likes screwing Brit over. His last video is now inaccurate and he now has to talk about Cold Sweat. Bitch.
Cold Sweat is a level I was not expecting to place as high as it did. Made by Para, Sminx, and Wolsey, and verified by Kapanapi. This level is another one of those so fucking weird you need a degree in rocket science to beat it levels. The level has some cool effects and some interesting gameplay. However, the level is not considered that fun by most people who have beaten it, which is a shame. I definitely consider this to be one of those admire from afar types of levels, where it's better if you don't actually play the thing. Crazen City is a remake/reimagining of Kurami City made by Panata and verified by Sonics. The level looks really good and unique. When you see it, you know that it's Crazen City. It's also very well synced and satisfying to watch and play. Panata did lean a bit much on complicated duels, but it's not a big deal. Overall, a nice way to begin.
Sir, we've detected an error in your script that you forgot to fix. The fans will now make fun of you. No!
Stalemate Redux is a remake of a level you would never guess.
Supersonic. Damn it!
I'm not a huge fan of this. The first wave is miles harder than everything else, and the gameplay just isn't that fun according to most people. The decoration is fine, it's not piss poor like the original Stalemate, but it retains the same clashing color scheme. The end part is the messiest and worst part for me personally, but it has its charm, I guess. It's just okay, honestly. Catalyze is the deformed, brain-damaged cousin of Zafkiel, which wasn't great to begin with. Catalyze plays awfully. Take all the bad in Zafkiel and just have that as level, but worse. The decoration literally follows the same progression as Zafkiel, except now there's no lava pot or weird gaps in objects. I don't like this level, and I never want to play it. It's red. The sequel to Photovoltaic 2 shares nothing with the original aside from its host and name. Photovoltaic 2 has a lot more diversity in its parts, which you may or may not see as a good thing. A lot of the parts don't really fit together well, but there's no real theme, so it gets a pass. The gameplay is a whole different story though. It's what we Geometry Dash players like to refer to as so strange and awkward. I highly doubt you can find someone who genuinely loves this level's gameplay, and if you do, you should get as far away from them as you can. A forgettable level made worse by its abnormal gameplay. Killbot is a cool concept for a level, but concept doesn't mean shit if the execution is bad. Fortunately for Killbot, it executes this concept very well. Unfortunately for us, it's a lot like this. Killbot has quite a tragic backstory, but I don't feel like destroying the mood and going down the lithofusion rabbit hole. All I need to know was that Killbot was born out of a suicide. The virus taking over your computer is done quite well. However, I'm not a huge fan of the random text covering your screen telling you to do specific actions to yourself. That works better in Requiem, which isn't rated, so I'm not going to talk about it. Overall, Killbot is a cool level with eye-straining visuals. Factory Realm X, also known as Noun Letter, is a solo level by Hell Pegasus and verified by EnzuX. This is such a weird level. The gameplay is so strange and abnormal, especially in the duels. FRX is infamous for its last swing hop to being the hardest part of the level. The level is also one of those learny levels on the list that isn't memory based. The decoration is boring and bad, except for the last part with the cool industrial background. My final thoughts on this level? I don't know, man. It's so weird. It's not extremely bad, but it isn't that good either. Tempered Steel is a factory-themed megacola by It's Hybrid and more that was verified by Crazen. The level has a really appealing color scheme being grey, gold, and black, and all the parts of the level stick to this theme and execute it really well. However, when we look at the gameplay, we're met with a dictionary definition.
Supersonic. Damn it!
Each part is a completely different gameplay style, and it drives me nuts. Oh, it's a timing demon. Never mind, it's a ship-based demon. Never mind, it's a wave-based demon. Screw it, it's a duel-based demon. How about some fucking memory? Overall, a visually appealing level with some very indecisive gameplay.
Hey, have you ever experienced pain before? No, I haven't. Would you like to?
Demonica is a French megacolor everyone over 5'6" hates. The balancing here is non-existent and the decoration looks awful except for that one Mario part. Like FRX, the gameplay is extremely strange, but unlike FRX, it's not satisfying at all. You are better off sticking a whole baguette up your ass than playing this level. Don't play it. I shouldn't like this level. Everyone who has beaten it has hated it. But I love this level. The gameplay is super satisfying to watch. It's simple, but not boring. The decoration is amazing as well, with the blue parts being the slower parts and the orange parts being the insane drops. Speaking of drops, the song is a banger. Camilla makes great songs, and this is no exception. Honestly, one of my favorite Extreme Demons, but I'm quite scared to play it because of what everyone has said about it.
So that was Delta Interface. Really good level in my eyes. You're on a roll, man. Oh, thanks. What's the next level? Oh, it's Auditory Breaker.
Auditory Breaker is Sonic Wave with actual decoration. The thing's even more boring than normal Sonic Wave because of the significant nerfs, and a bunch of the parts just look empty in the background. Gotta hand it to Manix and Laserblitz though, they did make the second cube look amazing. Looking at Artificial Ascent after previously looking at Altered Ascent is like playing the remastered version of the game and then playing the original. It's no contest, Altered wins every time. However, that doesn't mean Artificial is a bad level, far from it. However, everything here is definitely from a different era of GD. Artificial is more like a relic to the past in my eyes. You have the superior version being Altered Ascent, but if you want to take a look into GD's past, this is a great way to do so. This is my second least favorite Extreme Demon in the game, behind the one and only Elite Z Rebirth. You could honestly swap the two around and I'd be fine with it. No parts and fabrication look good at all, and none of the gameplay is good either. The whole thing is just one massive bore fest, which is a real shame since Outbreaker is a really good song, but Lightning Collab team did an injustice. This is bad and there's no valid counter, as simple as that. Ethereal Artiface is a level that executes its concept perfectly. The idea behind Ethereal is a half red, half green level, and the result is spectacular. I would have liked it if the color change was at 47% since the level's gameplay ends at 94%, so it would have been a perfect split, but the change is only 2% off, so it's not that big of a deal. All the parts look amazing, and the gameplay is really good for the most part, however, there are some awkward choke points. The song is also amazing and complements the level really well. The opinions on this level are somewhat split, however, which is why this isn't my personal favorite Extreme Demon, but if the gameplay was a bit better and more balanced, it probably would be.
Oi, Brit! Ah! You need to talk about missing benefits. It's nonsensical and it puts me to sleep. Good night. Mate, it's 3 p.m. See you in the morning. Come on, man, you need to give a more in-depth explanation. Bastard.
This level is terrible. It's like the only direction the creators were given from Roy was
drugs.
Gameplay is abysmal, the decoration is lackluster at best, and the weird memes in the background make no sense at all. Okay, your logo's buggy, I don't care, pay your taxes to get it fixed. This level just sucks, and there's no point talking about it more than that.
I just looked through this entire pile of paper, and I found no mention of a thief stick by Cyqual. Granted, most of these are old tax documents from 15 years ago, but it's still really odd.
A Thief Stick is a fine level, fine gameplay, fine decoration, good song. This is the most unknown level on the list for an obvious reason.
It's buffed blast processing. Do you expect me to give an actual opinion?
Dolos is a Brazilian megacolor hosted by Hugo LA and verified by NZUX. Originally the level was placed in the mid-40s, but NZUX later updated the level to fix some bugs, make some annoying parts less annoying, and nerf and buff some parts to better balance the thing. Dolos is a good level in my eyes, albeit a bit boring. The amount of times you actually have to click in this level is shockingly low, which can lead to a bit of boredom in the first few parts. However, those who have beaten it say the drop is quite fun, but a little weird to play. Finally, the ending is quite difficult even with the update, which means a lot of people will die there. Dolos is a pretty mixed bag, but the good parts outnumber the bad parts just slightly.
Hello, I'm Dr. Brit. What seems to be your issue today? Man, I fucking hate having eyes, doc. They just serve no purpose and they're just here to make me angry. So you no longer want to have eyes? That's the ticket! Alright then. Take this. This should help. Glowy Barabba. Thanks, Doc. The effect should start working about 3 minutes after you take the medication. Alright, thanks, man. I'll be on my way out now.
Glowy is a level that 9 out of 10 doctors recommend for people who fucking hate having eyes. The level is just brightness that keeps getting brighter, which, I mean, props to Rob Buck, you get what you pay for here. The gameplay is also just a demo of Star Wars Squadrons for 3 minutes, which, I mean, there's worse games to get done with upping your daily extreme demon. At the end of the day, Glowy is just fine, honestly. Nothing that special, but a decent joke level. Crazen mode is not a sequel to Carnage mode, despite what C will tell you. There's something about this level that's just bad. Everyone who has beaten it has basically agreed it's Penata's worst 2.1 level. The gameplay just isn't fun. I mean, it's still sync, but what matters is that it's fun, and it's not that fun. The decoration is exactly what you would expect from TC Team if they decorated a level called Crazen mode. Basically, don't play this. It's not worth it. Zyroi Cabby is one of Ramoisty's best extreme demons in my opinion. Inspired by Zyro Cabby by Zaraku, Zyroi Cabby takes those ideas and makes them better. The whole level looks really nice throughout, if a bit flashy at times, and it retains the spirit of Zyro Cabby while doing its own thing. One of the better levels we've looked at in this video thus far, which is kind of saying something about the quality of the middle 50. Well, it was annoying to have Cold Sweat placed in the middle of this, but at least no more levels have been in play.
Breaking news! Chromatic Haze plays at 74 because the demonist really hates Brit. He now has to shoehorn in a part talking about Chromatic Haze in what was otherwise a flawless script. You're fucking kidding me.
My thoughts on Chromatic Haze are exactly my thoughts on Prismatic Haze.
But you haven't talked about Prismatic Haze yet.
I know.
Basically, whenever my thoughts on Prismatic Haze are, that's what I think of Chromatic Haze, with a few points stock because of slightly more annoying gameplay and the end shape being much harder than everything else. This is another random oddity in the middle 50.
Is this the Demon List or the SCP Foundation?
Great Demon is a joke level by Guess Who and verified by Dorami. It's very bright for most of the level on full detail, but a decent amount of that gets removed with the LDM, so that's nice. The level has its difficulty slanted towards the end, with the final queue being the second hardest spot behind only the last ship. This is a weird level, man. It's a decent joke level, but not a decent level. Void Wave is an amazing level and one of my favorite extremes. This level has such a consistent color scheme, being blue and purple, and all the parts look at least great. The gameplay is also really well synced, however there's a common desync bug, which is unfortunate. If I had to guess, it's because of the level's massive object count, which is my only real problem with this level. If Cherry Team had been a bit more conservative with their object uses, this would have easily been my favorite extreme demon. Overall, a phenomenal level and better than a lot of other extremes. Around late 2.0, people were wondering whether 9 Circles levels would continue in 2.1. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, they did. However, Penata decided he wanted everyone to replicate his style and not Zobros's, so he created Bowser Vortex, which has inspired almost as many ripoffs, inspirations, as 9 Circles originally did. The Circles effect looks pretty cool, but everything else just looks empty, especially the last part. The level also plays terribly, so that's fun. A cool reinvention of the Circles trend, but not a super amazing level. Balingu Vortex is a remake of Bowser Vortex, and it's better in every way except the gameplay. There's some really cool effects, and the creators managed to do something unique with it while still making it feel like Bowser. The end is still empty and bland, which is a shame, but the wave parts still look great.
Notice how I said look.
Yeah, Balingu doesn't play well, which I guess may have been what the creators were going for, but come on, given the choice between these two, I choose the quit button.
Ooh, my favorite.
Shut up, Loops, this is not your video! This level is amazing.
Yay.
Belloc is a level by Penata and more that was published by Penata's secretary, Sminx. The base idea of this level was not originally Egyptian, but rather a level based around Penata's icon colors, which were tan and dark blue. This evolved into the Egyptian theme that it is today. The level's claim to fame is its amazing sync, which is executed amazingly. It's also widely considered to be the most satisfying demon on the list and super fun if you aren't Nepesta. The decoration is phenomenal, with all the parts sticking to the theme but also doing their own thing with it. Overall, one of my favorite extreme demons in the game. Black Blizzard was supposed to be Carmel's hardest level ever, and he almost succeeded with that. Black Blizzard is an extreme timing and duel based level. Carmel really did try his hardest with the effects here. They look really good, but aren't insanely object heavy, which is a massive plus. I've always wanted to learn a duel in a Pepper Storm. The gameplay is also really good, aside from the first queue being the hardest part. I really do like this level, but I do see the flaws it has.
It's a different level. It's a different level, I swear.
Xyroi Cappy is a remake of a remake that I do not care for at all. The level looks fine and plays fine, but come on. Do you really think I care enough to say anything more? Hatred does one singular thing right. I hate it. None of the gameplay looks bearable in the slightest. It's all pixel perfect timings. The decoration is also really boring to look at, and the background is the same throughout the entire level. Do yourself a favor and stay as far away from this as you can. Treat it like the plague if you have to. This draw is leveled by Alkali and more. That was TGI's last verification. This level is monochrome, however it pulls that theme off. This level is really intense and has a lot of different decoration styles in the monochrome theme. The gameplay is also considered to be very fun, aside from the first cube being a lot harder than everything else, which is a shame since there's not a lot of flaws with this level besides that. If it was a bit better balanced, I would definitely like it a hell of a lot more. Occult Outcry is a remake of Cursed Calling by Mindsap. However, some may say it's a simple V2, and they would be correct. It retains the exact same style as Cursed Calling, but this time it's just hard. Cursed Calling was already a bottom of the barrel level to begin with, and Occult just made it worse. It's a novel idea, taking an old 1.9 level and making a level out of that style with 2.1 gameplay, but it's just not that good. There's a lot of bullshit in this level and not much else, which is a bit of a shame, but at the same time, you decided to remake Cursed Calling. You brought this on yourself. There's some basic rules in life. If you're at a family reunion, don't talk politics. If someone sneezes, you say bless you. If you see the words Jonathan GD and Extreme Demon close to each other, f***ing run. Battalion 3 is the final 11 Jonathan's Battalion series. A series that went from 7-star to Hard Demon to top 90. Jonathan knows how to make a series, guys. 3 is better than 1, no doubt. I mean, that was 2.0 garbage. Anything's better than that. If you look through your trash can, you can probably find a dozen levels that looked exactly like Battalion 1. 3, however, just doesn't have a soul compared to 2. In Battalion 2, there were so many little sections you could pick out, from Juniper's house to the final boss fight to a lot of the break parts, which all felt really unique. 3 has nothing interesting except the duels because, get this, Jonathan made them. I swear, if Jonathan made a level promoting burnt toast, people would still love it. People love anything and everything that Jonathan makes, and often refuse to look at blatant flaws his levels have. If people stopped worshipping his levels to the extent they do, maybe I could appreciate them more, but because everyone loves his levels, except the people who have beaten it, I just can't love it. Ya is a level that proves people cannot make fun gameplay when the song is peer gaunt. The gameplay is just not fun to watch, and it's even worse to play. As for the decoration, it's La Fritz, alright. I literally have no other thoughts on this.
Hey, have you ever wondered what radish, eggnog, vomit, cement, and broken glass tasted like? Not particularly. Well, too bad. It tastes like furious flames. But you can't taste furious flames. Shut up.
It's bad, what more can I say?
You could elaborate on why it's bad.
Nah.
10th Circle is the worst 9 Circles level ever made. Take the horrible gameplay from Arctic Lights, the brightness from Sunset Sandstorm, the object count of Ocular Miracle, and you have 10th Circle. No part of this level looks enjoyable at all. The effects are pretty cool, I guess, but effects aren't everything. The song is a banger, though. This is a pretty cool level. No parts look bad, but no parts are that memorable. A good song and some good art, but nothing super special. Big props to Gio though for thanking Illril solely for being a source of hentai. Gotta have some balls to do that. Why do I like this level? It's everything I shouldn't like in a level. Annoying, inconsistent, memory-based, flashy, nonsensical. And yet I really like this level for some reason. I honestly can't explain why, but this level has a certain charm to it that I can't put my finger on. Also, the song is incredible. Audio Expulsion is a great way to do a mega collab with no theme. The final level in Good Smiles audio series, Expulsion, is by far the best. I mean, there was no way to go but up from this, and Expulsion executes that brilliantly. Since there's no real theme, the creators get a lot more freedom to do what they want, which results in a lot of diversity in the level, which is awesome. The thoughts on this level's gameplay are pretty split, however, but the main consensus is that Thaumatin and Good Smiles part are the hardest and most annoying. Definitely one of the better levels thus far, and one of the better localizer verifications. Astral Divinity is God Eater without the copyright infringement, created and verified by Nullboy. This level is okay. There's definitely some cool parts to it, but my god, the balancing sucks. The last 40% is where most of the difficulty lies, and most people who have beaten this have hated it. The level also has a fascination with the number 404 for some reason. I really don't know why. Another big case of Nobleboy hype, a condition that mostly affects Nobleboy levels, which get overhyped and then released to a critical meh. You know that one really ugly girl in your class that everyone forgets exists who then got a makeover but was still ugly and people still forgot about her? That's Basscave. I would go into more depth on why I feel this analogy is valid and accurate to Basscave because of its outdated gameplay and decoration, or because it was hacked, verified, and is still rated, or the fact that the last 10% is as basic gameplay as you can imagine. But you've seen enough already.
Bingo! 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 It looks like Brit here has gotten a bad Extreme Demon bingo. Let's see. Published by Bionox, verified by Novelboy, red hell theme but uses a different color other than red, made by Eclipsed, and uses Underworld by Space. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner!
Singularity sucks ass. You can't see anything and the gameplay is terrible. It's not balanced at all, which sucks because the level looks kind of cool, or rather what little of the level you can see looks cool. Nothing here beyond pain and suffering, so let's move on. Anoxysm is the sequel to Paroxysm. Anoxysm looks at what Paroxysm did, laughs at it, throws it out the window, and hits it over the head several times with a baseball bat. Anoxysm is just so good compared to Paroxysm. Anoxysm is consistent, fun, balanced, satisfying, and overall just a good time. If I had to pick a flaw with the level, it would be that it's a bit flashy, but it's not that bad. An amazing level, and truly an amazing improvement from Paroxysm.
Hello, this is Brit Dog Law Department. How may we help you today? I'd like to sue Viprin for false advertising.
Subsonic is the final mainline level in the Sonic series, and yet it's the fastest of the bunch. If you wanted to make another Sonic level that's the fastest in the series, why not find another prefix that means extra and slap it onto Sonic? It worked the past 3 times, so it'll work again. But no, they chose the one prefix that means less for the fastest level. The level itself is considered to be quite fun, although everyone seems to hate a different part of it. I mean, it's a fine level, but why Subsonic?
I'm expected to give my opinion on an ingrown toenail. This job sucks.
It's red, boring, annoying, bullshit, annoying, stupid, and dumb. Surge of Memories is the last level in TMN's Surge series, and it's just as incompetently made as the other two. The gameplay in this makes no sense at all, but it's not a good kind of nonsense.
Such a thing exists?
There's a lot of strange timings and blind transitions, and the whole thing is just really annoying all around. The art in this level ranges from pretty good to okay to hand. While the idea of this level was really cool, the execution, or lack thereof, just ruined the level and turned away a lot of people. Shark Therapy isn't that good. It looks fine if a bit disconnected, but honestly the gameplay is just really strange and bad, even after the balance update. Pretty much no one who has beaten it has enjoyed it, and I'd rather forget about its existence, honestly.
Hello guys, SpeedBrit here. So today we're going to be trying to do an any % speed run on the level Speedrun by Kato. So first, let's just open Cheat Engine and set game speed to 500. Then let's activate no clip. Wow, look at that, 0.008 seconds. That's got to be a world record. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Speedrun is a very fast level.
What the f***?
It's a very well designed level with a lot of cool pixel art and effects. The gameplay is also decently fun, but it's not very consistent. That's a real shame because the level doesn't have much else wrong with it. If Cincy had maybe balanced it a bit more and fixed a few bugs, this could have been an even better level. Infernal Abyss blows fat ass. This level is so incompetently designed that even a baby without a brain on crack could make a better level. None of the gameplay is fun or fair, and the decoration is just Halloween colors. The fact that this is the official sequel to Cataclysm makes no sense at all, since the level shared no specific traits beyond orange and made by G-Boy. This level could have been amazing, but it wasn't, and became one of the most infamous and worst extreme demons in the game.
That's the problem with so many extreme demons. They're on the verge of greatness, but are held back by just a few small issues that could have been easily fixed if the creators and verifiers were more diligent with making a good level. This leads to a valley of wasted potential, which means we rarely see great extreme demons. Whether it be bugs, inconsistency, lack of playtesting, or just straight up refusal to let the verifiers change anything, there's so many reasons why extreme demons often end up bad, and it just makes me so angry. On top of all of this, the orphanage scammed me. This isn't a baby. It's just a sack of potatoes.